Hi, I'm Rama and this is Andy. We're here at the Cal Sailing Club in Berkeley, and today we're going to show you how to sail rudderless solo on a 14-foot Quest in up to 12 knots of wind.
We'll cover straight sailing, tacks and jibes. Rudderless sailing can give you a much better sense of boat handling and improve your sail. So let's get started.
I'm going to start off with getting ready here. So here the tiller's in the water, and I just pull up the tiller, everything's depowered, and now pull in the jib sheet, and then pull in the main sheet and shift my weight a little further forward.
And off you go.
Yep, looks good.
Catching up with Andy.
Just kind of adjusting the main there. Now here's Andy sailing.
So we're doing some straight sailing here. You can see how the jib is in, and I'm using my weight and the main, very gently adjusting the main, so not to over oscillate.
You have kind of a different style here.
Yeah, I'm
just more kind of centered and then shifting your body out as you need to.
And that's because I have a lot of weight, so it allows me to do that. You can see how
this is a kind of overhead view.
Yeah, and you can see how I use my weight to go fall off again and pull in the main to go up.
Here's another one of you. Yep.
A little bit more oscillating here.
Yeah, kind of good example of the oscillation that you experience when you're rudderless, where the jib is pivoting you. The jib is pivoting you away, and then your main heads you up.
And here comes Rama.
Yep, some straight sailing. Here I'm kind of leaning out to windward. Lets me kind of gain some speed. You can still kind of get some speed while you're sailing rudderless. Just pulling the sheet in to, as I speed up, I'm let my weight out and pull a sheet in. And here's another example. Here I'm grabbing the foremost falls on the main sheet falls, so that I can control the main and lean out at the same time. A more distant view. Kind of, I think, this one kind of shows adjusting your weight to take advantage of the waves. Okay, now we're switching to a slow tack. So here's a tacking maneuver. So I let out the jib and then pull in the main sheet and tack around. Shift my body center a little bit. I'm waiting for it to cross. And then I switch sides and pull in the jib sheet on the port side. And then power up the main again.
Now watch this tack and watch the jib. I'm letting go of the jib.
Yep.
Now I'm pulling it back in to backwind it.
Yeah,
now I pull it over.
You did it backwinding there. Is interesting. Yeah. And then you switched it and pulled it in on the opposite side.
So it's a very active jib handling. And here we go, very stable.
Yep. Okay, here's another tack. Pulling in the jib sheet to get a little more speed first, and then letting out the jib and pulling the main in to switch around. And once I cross and pull in the jib sheet, and then shift my weight to the high side and pull in the main sheet. And we're off.
Here comes another tack by Andy. We'll be letting out the
This is an
jib.
interesting tack. Yeah.
Very
It's interesting how
slow,
low you are in the water.
but
low you are in
heeling
the boat.
heavily to get it to move over
Yeah.
with very strong wind. And now the first thing I do is I fix the jib,
Fix the jib and then
then I sheet in the main. But the jib is the one that will stabilize the boat.
So here's a
initially.
jibe. Here's a jibe. Heading downwind and pulling the sheet across, main sheet across, and shifting my body weight and then switching the jib around. And then sheeting the main back in. Here's Andy's jibe.
Andy's jibe.
Yep.
I'm
Your body
inducing
weight is
it by
out.
body weight. See how
Yep.
I'm leaning out?
And then
I'm coming around right away.
bring the sheet
Here we go,
across.
and I pull in the jib, and off we go already.
Yep. Here's some broad reach sailing. So here I'm kind of carefully adjusting my weight so that I can take advantage and sail on a broad reach with these waves. And you can get moving pretty fast just by very carefully changing your weight. There I'm pulling the sheet in because I was too far downwind. I want to bring myself up. I'm adjusting my weight. I'm using the trapeze line to help me give some weight out. Once you find that stable point, you can start actually catching waves, just as you would with a rudder.
It's a very much a balancing act doing a broad reach,
Yeah.
rudderless.
Yep.
But it's absolutely possible, as you can see. Now
Now-
we're coming to a section how not to do it,
Things that you shouldn't do. Right. We'll start with a capsize.
right?
So this,
I'm sure you've never
yes, there's a
capsized. It's only
capsize.
us that
So
have
you're
ever
trying to
capsized.
do you're heading downwind and round it up too quickly on that
Round
one.
it up. My weight was too far in. The jib was fully powered on the
The
wrong
jib,
side.
that was the main
and
thing
that
there, is the
pulled
jib
it
was
over.
fully powered.
Yep.
Here's an example of a failed tack.
And you'll see
Andy.
I'm not utilizing the letting go of the jib.
Yeah, that's
And
the
it's
main
too powered.
the main issue here is that the jib is preventing you from making the turn. If you forget to take the jib off, you won't make it through. And this is a top view. If you don't let the jib out, you won't be in high wind. You won't be able to make that turn.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
the letting out of the jib becomes more and more important the higher the wind is.
Mhm. Here's a failed tack by me, Rama. This is actually just stalling. So, and this was because I didn't have my centerboard all down all the way, so was not able to make it through the turn. Here's an example of a failed jibe. So this jibe fails because I pull in the main sheet too early. And if you do it too early, then you just end up rounding up again. So you have to really be on a run in order to make your jibe. Okay, now we're going to switch to some right-of-way stuff.
And you can see
Two
that
boats.
Andy is on a port tack.
Yep, Rama
And
coming
so
on
I have to
starboard
get
tack.
out of the way,
So even though Andy's rudderless, he's trying to get out of the way by falling off.
fall off, and now I go back into my course again.
Here's another example where we're coming from opposite directions. This time I'm on a starboard tack.
You're
Oh,
on
no,
a
sorry,
port
I'm on a
tack.
port tack. You're on a starboard tack.
So Rama number one has to
And
get
this
out of the
time
way,
we're
which
both
he's doing.
we're both rudderless. And I shifted my weight so I could head up a little bit to get out of the way.
And stay away from the surface.
Yes. Here we're both on the same tack. And then
I'm
this one,
rudderless and you're rudder.
I'm rudder and you're rudderless. And we both decide to get out of each other's way.
But you have the right of way, so I have to actually react. And
You
I do
react,
finally.
right,
It
and
took
I-
me a while, but
and I
did.
also react just
Yeah.
by
Just in
jibing to
case.
get out of the way in case.
Now here's an interesting example. You see that here the motorboat can't really maneuver so much, and I couldn't do anything rudderless fast enough, so I dropped in the rudder.
Yeah.
This just tells you safety goes first.
Yeah, you just
with
drop in the
whatever
rudder.
you do.
Yep. And that's it. That's our rudderless guide.
I hope you're having fun, and we've taught you something.
Yeah. And check out our practical guide online. And finally, we'd like to thank Cal Sailing Club in Berkeley. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.